Eric Bailey with the American Cancer Society, and we were happy that so many people came out today for Kick Butts Day, which basically is a day designed to highlight the fact that we've got to do everything we can to reduce the youth and adult smoking rates in our state, and there are many ways to do that. And one, of course, is bumping it up a buck. And when I say bump it up a buck, I'm talking about increasing the tax on cigarettes per pack by $1. Right now, the Georgia's tax on cigarettes is 37 cents, and the national average is $1.46. So we know that we have some of the cheapest cigarettes in the country relative to the other states, and we've got to do better about that. If we're serious about reducing teen smoking and getting policy in place that deters them from starting to smoke, then we've got to increase the tobacco tax by $1.
I'm out here for Kick Butts Day, and we just had a rally here on the Georgia Capitol steps, trying to get information out to people and coverage in the news media about the proposal to raise the cigarette tax in Georgia, which has failed the last 2 years and unfortunately wasn't even brought up this year. But someday we got to do it because it costs far too much money to treat tobacco-caused diseases and such. And one thing that's brought out at the meeting today was that it cost over $3 billion to industry and other businesses here in Georgia. So the thing is, I don't understand why businesses don't say, hey, we're gonna curtail tobacco use in our industry so that we can save money.
We're American Cancer Society volunteers and staff, and we've been down at the Capitol today working on Bump It Up a Buck, and we may not get it through this year, but we're going to be persistent. It needs to go through because what does it do? It saves lives. It keeps children from smoking, and we're all talking about what we can do next year because we're going to keep pushing. This needs to go through. This is a win-win for the state of Georgia. There's no excuse that our representatives cannot pass this bill.
Well, we have the cheapest cigarettes in America, and unfortunately we need to bump it up a buck to get kids from starting to smoke and get others to quit. Scientifically proven over and over again that cost drives the product. So if we can raise it up, bump it up a buck, it will keep kids from starting and get others to quit.
95,000 high school kids in Georgia smoke, and that's due in large part to the fact that cigarettes are so cheap here. We have the 48th lowest per pack consumption fee on cigarettes in the nation. The national average is $1.46. Georgia is coming in at 37 cents. And the amazing thing to me is that every year there are 22 million packs of cigarettes bought or smoked by Georgia's young people. 22 million. We're up against a big foe, and that is big tobacco. They spend $1 million an hour nationwide on marketing of their products, and they spend $384 million in Georgia alone on marketing. And with those odds and with that competition, we've got a long way to go, but through the membership of the American Cancer Society, the American Heart Association, the American Lung Association, Georgians for a Healthy Future, the Georgia Society for Physician Education, and for Public Health Education, we can definitely make significant inroads. And Georgia's leaders need to know that every time there's a survey done asking people if they support the initiative to bump it up a buck, the answer is yes. People want bump it up a buck.